So guys, welcome back to another YouTube video, and a Merry Christmas to you, because as you're watching this, well, it would have actually been Christmas, but today's Boxing Day. It's Boxing Day. It's currently 8:55. JD Sports is behind me because it is their Boxing Day sale, and I'm getting in at 9 AM for first pickings, all the cheap trainers. So this video is not going to be like the longest video. Well, I don't know what I'm going to chuck into this video, to be honest, yet, because I'm just going to go into the JD store, have a look what's there, what's for sale, is there any like profitable items. I probably won't film in there because I know a lot of shops get funny, and to be fair, there's not much filming. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those melts that walks around with like a tripod and a camera like, hey guys, so, like in the middle of a public shop, because I don't know, I'm not really into that kind of like whole vlogging style of things. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna head to JD. They're currently doing 10% cashback on your first purchase with their app called JD. I can't think what it's called now. Download it. You get like 10% back on your first purchase. And then obviously I've got Cheddar as well. Now, if you don't know what Cheddar is, cashback app. So whenever you spend money at any place, you can get like a certain percentage back, and then the more you spend, you get boosts. So like, let's say JD was 6% on normal, you might get a gold boost once you spent a bit elsewhere, and it becomes like 10% sort of thing. So I've also got a 9.5% boost on Cheddar. So anything I spend today, I basically get 20% off on top of the price. So let's say I spend 50 quid, I'll get 10% back on the JD app, so I get £5 off, so that'd be 45. But it will still be 50. It's still the full price, even though the cashback hasn't included. But then you also get the 10% on Cheddar. So say you spend 50 quid in now on, let's say, I don't know, 2 pairs of shoes or whatever, I don't know what's going to be in there. You'll basically get 50 quid's worth of shoes for 40 quid after they've already been dropped in sale. So it's going to be good. It's going to be sick. I'm going to go in there now, scan around, do some shopping, and then I will come back and let you know exactly what I've bought and how much for. Okay guys, so we're back, and we have semi-cleaned up. It wasn't the best sale in the world. There was like kind of a smallish rack, which was like all the shoes that were discounted further, and they were like the last ones. So whatever size and what shoe they were there, that was the last ones. There was a lot of like other shoes sold, like your standard P6000s, Air Max 90s. Those are like New Balance stuff, but the discount on them wasn't the best. But what we did get, I'm going to try and read the paper receipt here. It's going to be quite confusing to you. So this is the price we paid, but this is not including the cashback from the JD app I was telling about earlier, and from Cheddar. So we spent £250 in the store, but we would have saved 50 quid because we would have got obviously 25 back from JD, and then 20, well, it was actually like £24 from Cheddar, because it was like 9.6% or something, so it wasn't quite 10. But yeah, so we spent £200, but actually was 200. So we got a pair of 9060s, New Balance, in a size 8. They were 65. Obviously with the 20% off, they would have been like 50 something. 9060s are like £160 retail. They're guaranteed 100 quid. So that's pretty much flip my money on those ones. We got some Air Max DNs for 60 quid in a size 8 as well, I think. I don't know, it doesn't really say the size on here, but I think they're a size 8. They're definitely a men's size. Again, Air Max DNs are like 165 retail or something. So 60 quid for those, plus £12 off. Well, actually not, yeah, £12 off. It's looking at 48 quid profit on those. And then we got some like other random bits. We got some Adidas Campuses for 40. Again, they were also in a men's size, I think. Again, got them for like 32. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are all profit. And then some like random bits and bob shoes. Like, I got a few feelers. There was like a pair of feelers for like a £5, and they were like, I reckon they were 60 retail for £5. Bearing in mind I'm getting 20% off, like 4 quid for a pair of brand new shoes in full box. You are making money no matter what, whether that's on eBay, whether that's on Vinted, whether that's on Whatnot, whether that's to your mate, whether that's on Facebook. That is guaranteed profit. I also got some Reebok Classics for a tenner, and then a few other pairs of feelers, I think, in women's sizes for like 15 and 10. So yeah, we actually quite cleaned up quite well. When I go home, I'll get back into the my unit. It's not my unit. I'll get back into my outfit and I'll actually show you them and exactly how much I paid. I'll work out exactly how much I paid with the discount on each shoe, so I'll take the 10% off, and then we can work out the profits on everything we have received. So guys, we're back in the unit. Say unit, it's the outbuilding. It's still a mess in here, still haven't sorted it all out. It's winter, it's freezing cold. I've got this little heater here that I have to turn on for about half an hour before I come out here, just to keep me like a slightly bit of warmth. But, so, we're back now, and we're going to do some number crunching. We're going to work out exactly what I bought these shoes for, minus the percentages, and then work out what we can sell them for via eBay sold listings, and then work out our total profit. So similar to the last video, we're going to do how much I spent, what I potentially can get for it, and work out the difference in profit to show you guys, again, how you can be making money reselling. So I'm not going to do this any fancy order. I'm just going to pick up the first shoe in a bag, because obviously mine are all in a bag. So first pair of shoes we got were an Air Max DN in like a dark grey with the red bubbles Very nice pair of shoes. We paid 60 for these, but we didn't pay 60 for these. Now, how I'm going to work these out is I got 10% off from the JD, 10%, like, it was like sign up. I can't remember what the website's called now. How many level look? So the JD status app gave you 10% off your entire order as a sign up. So I signed up and I got 10% off my entire order. So each shoe, I got 10% off. On top of that, I also got 9.5% via the Cheddar app with a gold boost. Now, if you spend on Cheddar, I'm not a sponsor or anything like that, but it's an app. Check it out. You get cash back on anything you buy. Just buy a gift voucher. There's loads of different things on there, from like grocery stores to shoe stores to clothing stores, like to like places like Dunelm. There's loads of things on there. Anyway, so we got 9.5% plus 10%, so 19.5% off. So obviously what I'm going to do is calculate exactly what I paid. So we're going to do 60. We're going to take off the 19.5%. So it's going to be 80.5. So we're going to times that by 80.5%. So I paid £48.30 for a DN trainer in a UK size 8, brand new, full boxed. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and search the SKU code, which is that little code at the bottom of the label. It begins with like 2 letters and then some numbers. On eBay, sold listings, and work out what has sold recently of these exact trainers in the size and colorway. Obviously the SKU code will show that, and then we can work out the difference in price. Obviously, like I said, we paid £48.30. Bearing in mind these shoes retail 160, I believe, so we're looking at hopefully a good bargain here. So I've got 6 results showing on my screen right now of the exact shoe. I'm going to show you a screenshot on the screen now of all the sold listings on eBay for the exact shoe and exact colorway. Now, the cheapest went for £69. That was a UK size 11 and 12, which those sizes, they're a little bit more like uncommon because they're a bigger size. But as you can see, a UK size 10 went for 111, and another size UK 10 and a half went for £111. So we can get between 70 and 110. Now, I'm going to take the lowest amount I can definitely get for these to make sure the profit is like absolutely guaranteed. But obviously the profit is going to be way more, could potentially be more. So if we paid £48.30, we sold them for 70, made £21.70 on just one pair of trainers. 20 quid for a pair of brand new trainers. And that's absolute minimum, guys. This is absolute minimum. Like, I'll probably list these for, honestly, probably a little bit more than 70. I'll probably list them for like 90 and sit and test my luck at 90. And again, if I sell them at 90, that's £40 profit I've made. On to the next shoe we have in here. So I've got some bigger sizes, some smaller sizes. Adidas Campus in a size 6. Now, we paid, these are a retail shoe at 90, I believe. We paid 40. Obviously, we didn't pay 40. We're going to work out what we paid and how much we can sell these for. So we paid £32.20. Now, also, if you wondered how I'm working these out, the 10% from JD cashback doesn't go first and then the Cheddar app goes first. It was the, I think it comes to 250 bang on. So then I would have got 10% on the JD app, which is £25 back, and then the 250 I still paid on Cheddar. So I got the 10% plus the 9%. So how I'm working it out is 80.5, because obviously it comes to 19.5. So yeah, £32.20 for a size 6 Adidas Campus. So now we're going to go on to eBay sold listings. Okay, so on the screen right now you'll see the sold listings. The lowest they went for is £38, but that was with a 20% off coupon. So the lowest actual price that they went for was £48. Now that was a UK size 8 and mine are a UK size 6. So they might not go for that, but the most expensive one went for 60. If we list ours for, let's say, 50 take away £32.20, £17.80. So £17 profit on those. Not the biggest profit, but you got to think, like, I only picked up so many pairs, but if you're making £17 profit and you picked up 50 pairs of trainers, you did a maths, that's a lot of profit. Anyway, so pretty much guaranteed £15 on that one, I'd say. But yeah, well, I'm going to put in like the profit calculator below, and that's going to show exactly if I'd sold for minimum what I'd get for them. Obviously, they are a size 6, so you might get a little bit less, but the good thing about eBay is that none have sold in a size 6 at that price, and because they retail at 90, if anyone sees them on eBay for 6, they're going to be like, oh, so I have 60 quid, that's £30 off the retail price, and they're brand new, I might as well buy them. So, you know what I mean? So you will get sales. And also, the thing I love the most about eBay is that you can promote your listing. So when you list them, let's say you want to list them for 50, you could do a 10% promotion, so they boost your video by like 10% or something, but they take the 10%, so they take £5 off. So if you want 50 for them, what you do is you'd list them for like 55 and then do the 10%, and then they take their £5.50, whatever, you know what I mean? But I've never actually seen these trainers before. But next up, some Adidas ZX 600s in like a nice grey with blue colourway. It's actually quite nice. Well, they've got like an air bubble or something on the back there. I've never seen these shoes before, but these were £30 and retailed 90, and they're a UK size 7. So a better size. Again, these are, every single one of these shoes is a full box, by the way. Full box, brand new. So again, I'll work out how much I paid. So I paid £24 for these. £90 retail, and I paid £24 for these. So let's go on eBay and have a look. Okay, so yeah, I never heard of these before, and they're not really a popular shoe, right? But they do retail at £90, and there's only one sold listing in a UK size 9. Anything from a 7 up to like a 12 is like a men's size, so they're all about the same price. Anything below a 7, a bit like the the Adidas campers in a size 6. They might sell for a little bit less. They sold for 30 quid from 90. Oh, wait, no, ignore me. They're pre-owned. So a pre-owned pair of these in a UK size 9 went for 30, right? And no brand new ones have sold. The world's kind of an oyster with these, right? So they're £90 retail and they sold for 30 pre-owned. So I honestly would probably list these 50 quid, you know, sort of just over half the price and see what happens. If I did sell for 50 quid, I'll get £25 for them. Now, I'm not necessarily going to sell 50. I don't know. Again, I don't know this one. I paid £24 for them. They sold 30 pre-love. So guaranteed profit on these. But I'm just going to list them for 50 and hopefully they sell. So I'm going to count that as £25 profit. Well, £25.85. You're going to see below the profit calculator. But I know we're looking at like 3 pairs of shoes, 60 quid. Like, that's almost a day's work if you was in like an apprentice for picking up 3 pairs of trainers in a shoe shop. You know what I mean? Next up, we have what could arguably be the best still of the sale. We have here a pair of New Balance 9060s in a black and like very, very, very light grey / off-white colourway. Very nice pair of shoes. These retail at 160. We picked them up in a UK size 8. Again, if these were a UK size 7, which is my size, I'd probably keep these myself because I do want a pair of these. We paid 160. No, sorry, they're 160 retail. We paid 65. Obviously, let me do calculations. We actually paid £52 for these. So they're 160 retail, very common shoe, New Balance 9060s, and we paid £52 for these. So I don't know how much you could sell these for, but I'm guessing it's going to be hopefully near about the £100 mark. So let's go on eBay and have a look. Okay, here we go, guys. This is some serious money making. So you're going to see on the screen right now. But the lowest they went for was £84, but the most they went for were £169, 160, 130. Some of those are from the United States, but in the UK, lowest was 84, most was 170. Bear in mind, we paid £52, and they sold for £84 last month. I mean, the most expensive ones went for £170 on the 3rd of December. I'm going to list mine for 100. I'm going to take my punt at £100 because 3 of them here have sold for over 100 and someone sold for 84. I'm going to go £100 because the thing is, you could be like, oh, why don't you slap it for 150? I don't know why that one went for 169, but they're £160 retail. You're not going to get £150. People would rather pay an extra tenner and probably go to the shop. Do you know what I mean? Like, the thing is with buying on eBay, surely you'd buy brand new on. I'd rather buy brand new in the store if I'm going to go really close. Obviously, if I want to buy brand new shoes off like eBay or Vinted, I want a big like gap. Hence why we do this. We buy the shoes really cheap. We sell them for more, but not anywhere near retail price. So we're making profit. Them getting cheaper discount. Everyone's winning. So I'm going to list them for 100. If I sell them for 100, £47 profit on a pair of trainers. And because they've all sold for pretty much 100, other than those 84, so I don't know why the £84 ones sold. Maybe another reseller got them for 40 and thought, oh, I'll take £40 profit. But £47 for one pair of shoes. Honestly, when I saw them, I thought that's an absolute steal. And like I said, you can see the proof. They're all sold listings on eBay. That's the beauty of going to stores and getting discounts. All you have to do, guys, is you go to an outlet, you go to a sales store, you go on there, you look at a pair of shoes. Oh, that's quite good. What discount can I get? Work out exactly how much you're going to pay for them. Go onto eBay, type in the SKU code, sold listings, look at all the sold ones, try and get like the right size, brand new. If they've all sold for more than what you're about to pay, bosh, you pick them up. Right, I just knocked my camera so the angle might be slightly different. So next pair of shoes we have here, some Reebok Classics, I believe, and I paid £5. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I didn't pay £5. They were on sale, as you can see there, for £5 from 45. Paid £4 2p, so basically 4 quid for Reebok Classics in a size 4.5. So obviously a small size, but I'm not being funny, guys. If you're picking up a pair of trainers for 4 quid, whether you sell that on eBay, Vinted, or if you do it Whatnot, that's guaranteed profit on Whatnot. I didn't get enough to do a Whatnot stream. These are all going to be going on eBay. Like I said, I'm going to hold on to them for a little while. What I like to do is go to the outlets like sort of once a week, twice a week, build some up, put them on eBay. If they don't sell on eBay, I'll eventually build up enough to do a Whatnot stream, but I don't like to do a Whatnot stream unless you have at least 30 pairs of shoes, because on Whatnot, the first couple of shoes you do, you pretty much lose out because you're building up your viewership, and to build up your viewership, you need to get bids up. So you have to go like those sort of trainers would be the ideal trainers to start with, because they're so you only paid 4 quid, you're realistically going to get way more than £4 on the first pair, and then you build up and get more and more people involved. But anyway, yeah, so we paid £4 2p. Check eBay sold listings. So for some reason, I don't actually know the Reebok SKU code, but I've searched the exact shoe, same size, and it's come up with a pair here in a UK size 4.5 Classics men's. It's listed as a men's, which I always say, I don't know about eBay, I'll list as a women's on eBay, but on Vinted, if you list as a men's shoe, unless people specifically search men's shoes, so let's say the 1960s, if you search New Balance 1960s UK size 6, you won't know if it's listed as a men's or women's. You're just looking at the size 6s, right? But the men's shoes get way more like pushed out in the algorithm for some reason. I don't know. But I've always said this before. Always list as a men's shoe if it's a decent size men's, like from a 5 onwards. 4.5, you're probably going to go over. I don't think any men are 4.5. But anyway, there's a pair here that are sold in a size 7, but it says UK 4.5. So I'm a little bit confused on this, but it's 40 quid. Again, I don't know on this one. I'm going to have to go with like a sort of guesstimate. I mean, they retail at 45. I picked up the £4. I'd probably list them for 25. So I'm going to go with £25 and take £20 profit. So we'll count that as £20 profit because, I mean, to be honest, I think even on Whatnot, you're getting a good 20 quid for those because they're so £5. £5 for a pair of shoes. And a 4.5 as well. Apologies if this video is quite long, by the way. I'm seem to be waffling on a little bit, but yeah, I'm just trying to teach you all a bit of education and try and help you all out. We've got here a pair of New Balance 327s in a UK size 5, so a good size, especially for women. £110 retail, £25 on the sale rack, and we paid £20 or £20.12p. So let's just say 20 quid. £20 for these, brand new, UK size 5, eBay sold listings. So a bit of a hit and miss with this one. So obviously we paid 20 quid. Now, as you can see on the screen, there was a pre-loved pair that sold for £29, which is good. A new pair here that sold for 25, which I don't really know why they would have sold for £25 considering they're brand new. But another brand new pair sold for £49.50. And I did think to myself, easily 50 quid for them because that's less than half the price of the retail, and they're a nice shoe. So we're going to go with 50 quid, £30 profit. So we've got 2 more pairs left, and we have some Fila. Now, again, I've never ever resold Fila. I've had a pair of Filas in my time, and I do quite like a pair of Fila shoes. We're talking a few years ago. Anyway, here we have, no, I don't actually know the names of these shoes. Like I said, I'm not hot on Fila at all. I just picked them up because they were cheap. These are called Fila Heroic. A very nice pair of shoes. They're kind of on that sort of New Balance A6 vibes. Anyway, they're £60 retail. I picked them up, well, they were £15 on the sale rack, so a quarter of the price of retail. They're a UK 4, so a very nice women's size as well. I think, isn't the most common women's size 4 and 5s or something like that? I don't really know, but anyway, let's do some crunching, see what we paid. We paid £12. Again, like, let's be real. If you're buying trainers, brand new, full box, if it's an actual brand name like Fila, Nike, Adidas, whatever, and you're paying less than 20 quid, it's profit guaranteed no matter what. Even if I was to put these on Whatnot, I paid £12 for these, you're probably going for over 20 quid on Whatnot. Let's go on eBay sold listings. Okay, so very lucky with these ones as well. As you can see, there was only one pair that sold in a slightly different colourway, more of like a triple white with a little bit of black. Ours has got a little bit more black on the side there. For £35 in a UK size 4. So £35, we paid 12, £23 profit. Like I said though, with eBay, you can list it what you want, but you have to be realistic. Like, these are £60 retail. Are people going to be paying that close to retail when they could get them in the shop? I don't know. But you got to think, people on eBay who are looking for shoes don't know about sales, might not go to the shops, might not know anything about sales. See a pair of shoes like this and go, oh, I like, look, they're only 45. Let's go on Amazon or Google or whatever and search how much they're. Oh, they're £6 retail. I can get £15 off. Bosh, buy them. But I meant, sorry, I think I got confused there, but yeah, they sold for 35, so yeah, so 60 to 35 is just over half the price, so you are going to make money on those, so again, another £20 profit. I hope you guys can hear me, because my camera's like in my mic's in a weird way, but anyway, so we have here another pair of Fila shoes. Again, these ones are an absolute bargain. So we paid £60 retail, on the sale rack for 10. I'm not going to do some maths on this one because it's pretty easy, but we basically paid 8 quid, just over 8 quid. UK size 4. Again, I think these are the Fila Heroics. Yeah, these are the exact same shoe as the last one. Obviously, there was only one sold on eBay listings, different colourway, but exactly the same. So we know we're going to get £35 for them. So £35, take away 8, £28 profit for these. So you're going to see below there the exact amount of profit I potentially will make, but obviously that's minimum. That's minimum what they've already sold. I might up some of the prices. I don't know roughly how much, but I'm going to assume it's at least £150 to £200. Including the 9060s, because we're getting 50 just for those, and most of the pairs are 20. So yeah, I'm going to say we're probably looking at nearly 200. Again, I won't know till I edit this. But that's insane, guys. Like, I spent, what, half an hour? I got up at 9 o'clock. I spent half an hour in JD Sports, picked up, what, 8 pairs of shoes, and I made nearly £200. £200, like, I didn't have a lot of time because I've been busy. Like, it was a Boxing Day sale, so I still had to go and see family like, over Christmas period. But if I had enough time, I probably would have spent a little bit more time looking because there was a few more sale racks. I didn't get a chance to look at every single one. I would have gone to another JD because there's another JD like about 5 to 10 minutes away. I would have searched in there, and then I probably would have drove and searched another couple of other JDs. I could have ended up picking, like, if I made £200 profit from 8 pairs of shoes, and you went in there and got 50, you're looking at like £1,000 in a day. £1,000 just for picking up a load of shoes. Yeah, it's crazy work, guys. I know this video is very similar to the last one, but I'm just trying to teach you a lot that you can make money reselling, and it's so organic. People who are buying the shoes are getting a good deal. You're making money. The only person really losing out, well, no one's actually really losing out in this situation because the shops are obviously still profiting because they buy the shoes so cheaply. So I'm assuming they're still profiting even with these sales. I'm reselling, having fun and making money for myself. Whilst guys who are buying the trainers are getting a better deal than retail. So literally in this game, everyone is winning. No one's not winning in this game. Like, as much as people think, oh, you're just reselling us. I'm buying shoes, right? So these figures, for instance, they were the only ones in the shelves. They were the last ones in that whole store on the shelves, which means I'm the only one that can get my hands on them, okay? If someone really wanted these exact shoes in the exact same colour and exact size and couldn't get them, unless they were paying retail in the store but could buy a brand new set off me for 45, but they lived in like Manchester. Obviously I live in Essex. They're still getting a deal. You know what I mean? Everyone's winning in this game. Everyone's winning this game. So you guys need to get in it. Like I said, I am part of the fastest UK monitor, Vinted Monitor. So if you want to get into reselling, I highly suggest you join. It's £25 a month, but you literally will make that in like one flip. As you can see here, I've made £20 on multiple pairs of shoes. One pair of shoes in a month, you've made your money back, and you just keep going. It pings through loads of different things. I spoke about it before, everything from trainers to clothing to electronics to Labubus, anything like that. It pings through Pokemon. We even have a Foot Locker in-store alert now. So if any shoes go on sale in Foot Locker, they ping through to us. We can then pick them up and go, oh, we can make money on those and blah, blah, blah. So I highly suggest you get in. Link will be below, or link will be in my description. If you have any messages, comment in this video if you want to learn about it, or if you want to message me on Instagram. Again, my Instagram will be tabbed below. Message me on Instagram, send me a DM, ask me any questions. That is the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, like if you've enjoyed, comment anything you want to know, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy reselling. Peace.